your props. You are going to need, I already said this, but you're going to need 2 blocks, a chair, a tennis ball, a strap, and 2 blankets. So it is okay if you don't have all of those things, do what you can. Right, this is a casual class, so you feel free to ask questions if a pose is not making sense, or if you just have any questions about the pose. All right, let's see, I'm gonna start. Okay, we're gonna start with the tennis ball. So come on up, place your tennis ball to the ground. This is the only thing we're doing the ball today. You're just gonna give yourself a nice foot massage. So playing around. Our poses are in no particular order that we do them in, so we might switch around between the props a bit. Oh yeah. Go ahead and just switch between the feet as much as you want. You can see our new outdoor mat that we got. It makes things very nice. You can get the mat all dirty instead of take our shoes off out here. And then we're going to look into getting a shade that goes behind me. So we'll see how that goes. All right, one more moment for the nice foot massage. All right, and then move your ball off to the side because that's all we're doing with it. You're going to, I need to open up my little notebook here. Okay, we are going to use the chair next. So you are going to get your chair, right? Can we see it? Yeah. And we're going to lay our bellies over the chair. So you're going to come down onto the belly. Your hands are down to the ground, but there's really like little to no weight in those arms, right? Your legs can be straight or you can bend the knees if you wish. The knees may or may not touch the ground. Mine don't, and it's okay. I actually kind of like them to be a little bit straight sometimes. Bring the arms out to the shoulders. And we're going to take that right leg, let's bend it, lift it up, and give it a little pulse. So what's nice about using the chair for this exercise is that there really is little to no weight in your arms and your hands, so that there's no pressure with the shoulder, the elbow, or the wrists, right? And switch, left, and pulse. Try to feel that squeeze of your sit bone muscle here, and you're also looking for a little engagement in your back. And what's also nice about this is that your core, so it doesn't engage your core, kind of push your belly into the mat, into the chair as you do this. The chair supports you so that you don't collapse your ribs, belly, or low back in this pose, which is very easy to do if we didn't have a chair. And let it come down. So from here, taking the right arm, reaching forward and up as high as you can. So the higher you get towards the ear or above the ear, you're going to feel that through the arm and through the shoulder and the upper back. So it's a nice strength through there. Let it come down. Left arm. You might just have more range of motion on one side, the left shoulder feels better. And down, you're feeling your belly really push into the chair when you're inhaling. And left leg. So you're going to have the left leg be straight. Lift as high as you can until all those muscles around the back engage and bring it down. Left arm, back. And right leg. And down. Awesome. From here, you're going to kind of roll onto your side, shift a bit so that your hip is up onto the chair, And we're gonna have to adjust as you need to kind of find your center of gravity. We're gonna straighten the legs out to the side. Try to keep the big toes touching. I'm gonna have to adjust myself. This is also a hard one. And you're gonna try and bring that bottom arm out and up. Ah! Oh, I know. That front hand is there for some support, but you can also reach that front arm or top arm out as well. Woo! Or not. I'm gonna adjust a little bit more, try to find a little bit more center. Ah, okay. Awesome. Breathe. So I have the chair kind of under the hip and a bit underneath my rib cage. So it's a little bit more supportive now. Obviously, huge core exercise. You know, always have the hands down, just do what you can. Ah, and lower. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna move that side. You don't have to face forward if you don't want to, but. So your bottom hand is down. Adjust. Legs, big toes touch. And you don't want to feel too supported, right? You want there to be a little challenge. You want to feel everything engage. Ah, yeah. Bottom arm, maybe top arm. Keep your teeth separated. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Tongue is at the bottom of your mouth. Oh, don't forget to breathe. It's really common in these kinds of poses, people just hold the breath. All right, come on down. Oh, you warm yet? Return to your belly. So we're gonna do that same lift. We're gonna do a locust pose on the belly. Legs up, adjust again to where you feel supported. Push through the hands or the fingers. Lift. If your back is a little bit achy, wide legs. More challenge is the big toes squeezing into each other. You could even let that be part of the movement. You're gonna feel that through your legs. But low back. Maybe one arm, both arms, reach out. You can fly out to the side. You could, well, if you have the room, you could reach behind you. Think locust pose. If you want that intensity, arms forward. And bring it down. Awesome. Take the knees down. Off the belly. Whew, you might even feel like you can breathe a bit easier now because you don't have all that compression into your belly and lungs. We're going to do our standing downward facing dog. So you're stand up. You can turn the chair if you want to. You can use the back of the chair if you want to, or just keep yourself where you are. Hands just come onto a flat surface, whether it's the seat, the back of the chair, a table works beautifully. Keep your arms straight. Open the legs about hip to shoulder width. Keep your legs straight. And so start to walk backward. And you're coming into that nice half fold. And then as you kind of fold down, maybe let the heart dip down a little bit more, let the head drop. Toes are facing forward. Firm up your thighs, spread your fingers out nice and wide. You can wiggle the hips or sway the torso. If it's ever too intense, you can just bend the knees a little bit, little softness there. And finding your center, little down dog here. So maybe heel turn the feet in just a couple steps. So you're about hips width apart. From here, we're going to bend the left knee just a little and look out under the right armpit. Center. Bend the right knee. Look out under the left armpit. And center. And walk it up. Woo. Yeah. Hopefully feel a little bit taller, a little bit longer. Let's move the chair off to the side for a moment. We might come back to it later. I want to make sure I get some of the key poses I want to show you. You are going to now need both of your yoga blocks. Books that are the same size also work as well. I don't know, they don't make phone books anymore, but phone books would also work. Some supports, right? Take your blocks. You're going to open up into a straddle, bend knees, flat blocks, and wide, flat and wide. Place these underneath your thighs a little bit toward the knees, right? So kind of the low section of your thigh here. And you'll know, you'll just adjust as needed. And let your legs straighten out as much as they can, right? So from here, just go ahead and straighten. You're gonna, the legs lift and engage. Quads are strong. Let it relax. And straighten. And relax. So from here, take your hands either in front or behind you, or you can have one in front, one behind, right? You're just going to play with it to see how your body is working today. And you're going to try to lean a little forward, and you're going to lift those sit bones up off the ground. Sit bones up, legs straight, and down. Do it again. Straighten, sit bones up, and down. All right, same thing, or no arms. Sit bones up. And down. One more time. Up, you gotta lean a little forward to counterbalance since you're not using your arms. And down. Cool. If you're at your yoga blocks and you wanna go a little bit deeper, bend the knees, bless you. We turn the blocks up to medium and wide. And they're not directly behind the knees. They're just at that lower part of the thigh, almost to the knee, right? Higher. With or without the hands, straighten. Lift your sit bones. So there's some fun balance working here. Is building strength through your legs and through your core as well. And down. Woo! So that's just kind of fun. All right, take your blocks away, bring the legs in, shake it up. And those are oh, hello, fly. Bye. No. That core and leg and hip engagement is something that kind of builds you into what we call a firefly pose. You don't have to do it, but firefly is when your legs are up, you extend, and the butt comes up off the ground, the legs go straight. So it's a fun little arm balance, but those are the little things you can do to sort of build up those muscles to get there. And we're doing great. Let's grab your strap. Nice. And we're going to return to the chair for this one. Yeah. Get a workout just moving your chair in and out, right? So I want you to take either a lunge or a warrior one on the chair with your body. Now, the lunge or the warrior, I'll just show you, I'll talk about the difference as well, but different ways to get into it. Depending on the seat of your chair, you might have your front leg all the way across the chair. If that doesn't happen, you're going to be at a diagonal, right? Kind of right over this corner of the chair. The front leg is what is supported here. Now, warrior one is when the back heel is down and that thigh is turned out just a little bit. Lunge, the heel is lifted, the hip comes forward. For me, I like the lunge in this pose better, but you don't have to do it. Everyone's kind of hips are a little different, so you choose. And I can actually go this way. Oh, dog. Okay. Actually, I'll go diagonal. When you use a prop, you got to play a little bit. All right. Take your strap. Wrap it around your back leg. And then hold on to your tail. And you want this right about just above the midline of your thigh. And you turn your torso forward and hold the strap with both arms. Cool. And adjust as needed. And you're going to start to pull up on the strap. Okay. Imagine you could straighten your arms to the sky. Try to bring those elbows a little bit further back. Feel that open up your chest. And feel that back leg having all that support. And gently release. Nice. These are just these ways to show you how to open up the body in the props. You can always practice these again on your own, hold them for a lot longer. This is kind of a little bit more a taste and these kind of more educational. So your other side, you can always bring the leg in, wrap it, then extend it out. All good. And just around kind of just above the midline of the thigh. So if things are a little bit tight, you might have your elbows quite forward, and that's okay. But as we start to pull up with the hands, maybe you can straighten your back leg out a little bit more. And then maybe you can reach the arms back. You can crawl the hands further down the strap and then pull up a little bit more. Opening up your heart, opening the chest, opening the shoulders. And gently release. Breathe. Their props offer us support and leverage to soften or deepen the poses as we need to. Okay, the wind keeps blowing my thing. I make a long list of stuff. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? Let's do, okay, fair away. Come down to your mat. Grab your block. We are going to move into supported bridge pose. One of my favorites, beautiful release for your sacral and lower back. You have 3 choices with your block. You have low and flat, or say wide and flat, medium and wide, or tall and wide. And I like to say, try tall first and see if the body will go there. And if it doesn't, then lower it down. But if we can go to tall, it's a great thing. Onto your back. Walk your feet as close into the sit bones as you can, and then lift your heels, so you're up on your toes, and then you're going to press with the toes, lift and tuck your block under your sacral spine. Right, that's the area that's just between your tailbone and your lower back. It's the sacral spine's just right between the sides of the hip bones. So again, you will have pressure. There is sensation, but if it's too much, lower or lower. Yeah. You choose. You can always change it up in the middle. Maybe you hold the high version just for a little bit and then move it down to a lower version. When you've settled into where the block wants to be, tuck your shoulders in touch. Let your heels come down. It's okay if the feet are wide. It just feels nice. And you're just going to let your hips get heavy into the block. Feel that pressure. Your arms can be relaxed, or you could interlace your fingers under the body if you like that. You could bring the right knee in. Move slowly so you don't lose your balance. Right leg could extend up to the sky. A little inversion for the leg, a little stretch down the back of the leg. And then bring it down. If you're going there, left knee comes in. Maybe straighten. Flexing the foot, pressing through the heel. And down. And begin to crawl your toes forward. Any amount. This is going to start to increase the pressure you feel. So go slow. Ease into it. Maybe the legs straighten. The legs stay active if you're extending them. And then crawl them back in. To release from the pose, we lift up the heels. You're up on your toes again. Now squeeze your sit bone muscles. Firm it up. Firm your sit bone muscles up. Firm up your thighs. Then lift your hips. So you're kind of protected and engaged everything. Then we can come and take the prop away. Slowly roll it down. When you get down, feet are open wide, knees bent, do some knee dips. It's a nice little release. And roll yourself up. You can take a few rolls if you want. I know I do. All right. We are up at a sitting position. And this is when you're going to need a wall behind you to sit against. You want your back on a wall. I don't have a wall, obviously, so I'm going to pretend that the back of the wall. Oh, it seems better than it needs to be. Okay. So I have my pretend wall here. You need both blankets, 2 blankets. Blanket number 1. Open to your little rectangle. And then fold long ends into each other 1 time. So just a little boop. And you've got this really long rectangle here, yeah? From here, the folded edge is going to face forward as you place this behind you and sit on it. Okay. Lovely. Now, your second blanket. This one's a different shape than the yoga blanket, but this will work. So you're going to take your blanket, should be the same starting rectangle that we had with the other one. Again, this is just a different shape, but rectangle. And you're going to take your long ends and you're going to do the Chinese fan fold, or also called the accordion fold, right? So you're going to go forward, back, forward, back. Yeah. Long and skinny. From there, take your legs, you're cross-legged right now. You're going to lift up your knees a touch and then walk your feet out to the sides a bit more, kind of as much as you can, but just the knees, but don't let the knees come all the way up, right? Just a little bit. So you're crossed probably right at your shins here. Take that second blanket, bring it under the legs, under the knees, right? So across kind of the shins, we're kind of right above those ankles. Tuck that in, and then let your legs relax. So all of a sudden, you're going to feel very supported, right? You're going to feel very comforting. Palms can be up or down, Lean into the chair, lean into the wall, comfortably close your eyes. And we'll talk about this pose. So this is a supported sitting Shavasana. You can also call it just supported sitting, supported Sukhasana. And it brings support, comfort, and cushion into hips, low back, ankles. If you had a third blanket, you could place underneath the outsides of the feet there. This is a really great alternative for traditional Shavasana, right? If you are someone who laying on your back is just very painful or uncomfortable, or you're in a situation publicly maybe where you don't lay down, but you could sit, yeah, and have a quiet moment to yourself, this is your option. If regular simple sitting Sukhasana is difficult for you, take the wall away. This is how you would prop it up in a traditional class. And it is a great way to prop your sitting posture for long meditations. I went to a sitting meditation class one time, and it was 1 hour of sitting just like this, and we meditate. And this cushioning of the blankets made that hour easy. It was very comfortable to sit. So guys, that's it. Those are your propped poses for today. Lots of variety. There's so much we can do with these props and so many ways you can bring them into your traditional practice.